Interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT.
Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host, and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Looking to generate new clients or partners without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com. I have Tim Basa with me today of AppSmart. Tim, why don't you please introduce yourself and tell us a quick bit about the company AppSmart.
Sure, Jim. First, thanks for having me on your show. It's been great to watch it grow and develop over the many episodes you've had. So it's good to be here. Tim Basa, I'm the Vice President of Sales at AppSmart. AppSmart at its core is a technology platform, but I don't want to get into the technical pieces. This is supposed to be a conversation over a beer. So I tell you what I would tell somebody if we were just hanging out. Really, AppSmart helps facilitate a business opportunity for VARs, MSPs, independent consultants that are helping businesses with their technology needs, or even essential business services like energy consulting. What we offer is a platform that allows their clients, those independent business owners, their clients to find, buy, and manage really any essential business service from the world's greatest product producers. So that could be someone like Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, AT&T, Comcast, and a whole bunch more. We do that with the marketplace, also some digital enablement to help people learn the products and be able to monetize them. And then we have outstanding compensation, which really helps people build a really resilient recurring revenue. So both upfront commissions, but also long-term recurring revenue that complements their current business today.
Cool. And so it sounds like AppSmart is this great platform that many, the individuals and service providers can use.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, whether you're a one-person independent consultant, or we have companies that are many hundreds of employees, they use our AppSmart marketplace and workspace to help their clients find, buy, and manage services. And then, like I said, also monetize that revenue, earn more wallet share. I know a lot of your viewers probably specialize maybe in a certain niche. You specialize in a certain niche, but oftentimes because you're a trusted advisor, people ask you questions about other services. So maybe about cybersecurity or about a certain software. So what we allow that independent business owner to do is to provide both expertise through our experts that we have on demand that can sort of co-sell with you, Jim. And then also to monetize those services. Oftentimes you probably refer a service to a website or say, hey, go check this out, but then you're never rewarded for it. So in the AppSmart ecosystem, you have access to all that education, enablement, co-selling, but then you can also monetize those services on our platform.
Yeah, and the monetization is what's so important because the world doesn't revolve around hugs.
No,
you need that money to
for sure,
for anything and everything.
Yeah, look, we have advisors that grow. I'll give humble case studies, but they grow, 6-figure annual residual streams just from referring things like Microsoft Teams or Google, the Google Marketplace or Google Workspace. And then of course, AWS and Azure, just things that people are already using, bringing that onto our platform. But then a whole bunch more like connectivity. Someone moves their building from one location to another, they need internet access, they need cybersecurity, they may need a phone service or phone system. So we help monetize all those things. So yeah, it's not built on hugs. In our case, you get commissions. And by the way, they create great outcomes for their clients too. So they're helping build their reputation and become the go-to person for those services. And that helps box out the competition oftentimes.
It sounds like you're a great partner to have.
Yeah, we certainly try to be a great partner for sure, Jim.
So Tim, what would you say is your superpower, or what's made you successful or contribute your success to in business? And how can others learn from that and be more successful in their own businesses, their own lives, their own careers, etc.?
Yeah, I think at a young age, I wasn't a great student, so I learned to make things that were very complex, very simple to be able to explain them to others. So I think that's one thing that has helped me. I think the other thing that's helped me is really just having a positive attitude and positive outlook. It sounds really simple. My last name is Basa, Jim, as you know. And when I was younger, I created an acronym and I gave it to my kids. This is going to sound sort of hokey, brace yourself, but I made it stand for belief, attitude, strategy, action. So like you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in the people around you. There's other things around belief we don't have a lot of time for. Attitude, you get what you put out every day. You control your attitude. No one else controls that. You have to have a strategy, whether it's for your business or for your vacation. And then you have to take action on whatever that is. So I think having that every day and going into something, whether it's a difficulty or something fun like a vacation, I think about, what do I believe about it? How do I want to accomplish and how can I help others? And that's what I really focus on, is creating great outcomes for others. There's that quote that says, if you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. So that's what I've focused on in my time in business.
Yeah, so you focus on the Basa.
The Basa, that's right. That's the way you said it. It sounds kind of selfish, but I don't mean it that way.
No, it's the Basa. It's what you do to be successful in life.
Yeah. Yeah, look, go ahead.
So what else is important to know about that? Can you expand on it a little bit?
Yeah, look, I think when you're in, whether it's business or life, I think you have to constantly be educating yourself. You see behind me a lot of books. I love books. I love online courses. I think the best education is self-education, especially in the business we're in, Jim. You're in the marketing, demand gen, IT business, the business I'm in. You have to stay sharp. You have to stay up on current trends. But I think it's also important to know that while there's current trends, they're trendy, there's fundamentals that never change, like football, right? Blocking and tackling, or baseball, catching and throwing, or basketball, elbow under the ball, follow through. Those things never change. So I think you have to be constantly aware of the fundamentals and be able to execute on those where you weave in whatever's new and sort of test that knowledge before you go full blown. I mean, you probably do a lot of like A/B split testing, right? Something that works with marketing, you split test it before you drive forward with the new thing.
Yeah, and split testing. The other thing, that I thought about when we were just chatting here is really simplifying your message. It's one of the things that a lot of people have a misconception that marketing needs to be complicated and it needs to be like, you need this website that's going to be 100 pages and we need a sales letter that's going to be, like 10,000 words, and we got to make it complex. And really, it's just making it simple is what works. And
yeah, you're right. I think, everyone's favorite radio station is WIIFM, right? The what's in it for me station, right? So if someone's hungry, they want to eat. So the marketing message on a billboard could be hungry, eat here, next exit, right? 3 lines. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? It needs to be read at 90 miles an hour and to the hungry person, right? So you appeal to the hungry person, they get off at the next exit. Pretty simple. Maybe sometimes you need 10,000 words, but I think for most things you might not.
Yeah, as far as and you mentioned also not being a very good student. So myself, I was never a good student either, and I'm actually dyslexic, which is actually probably surprising to be, I make my money from the written word, but I struggle the most with the written word also, but it's really it's a thing. Think about taking a weakness and turning it into a strength. Well, my strength is I'm constantly had to simplify the written word in my life because I don't know the complicated words essentially.
Right.
So it's the simple words that are most effective because everybody's lazy, so to speak. When you're reading something, when you're especially if it's when it comes to marketing, if you're reading a marketing message, you're probably not reading it as if you were reading something that you were a textbook, for example, that you
Right.
have an exam on. So the simple creating a message that's simple, or that a fifth grader can understand it. That's the type of message that's most effective. And
Jim, you and I are more alike than I knew before I got on here. So also dyslexic and challenged at a young age in many ways. And then I learned little hacks. Today they'd call them hacks. For me, my parents and people who are supported me said, hey, you're going to learn how to learn. One day it'll just click. And breaking things down, making them simple, creating checklists, no different than you get out of bed and you brush your teeth and you comb your hair. Though you can habit stack. So you can do the same thing with how you learn, same thing with marketing, same thing with sales. So I think what helped me be successful as a young person selling and a young marketer, my first job was selling long distance phone service, door to door, 100% commission. And the company I worked for was so small, they didn't have a marketing budget. So I had to make my own marketing. So I went and studied marketing. And what I learned is what you're saying is you can make it very, very simple. And I started to get responses, and I learned, the best kind of marketing isn't building a brand like Coca-Cola. It's getting someone to respond to what I market to them. So direct response, getting them to become a lead, and then getting them to trust me by giving them some information that's very simple. And you just alluded to this. So if I was selling something that seemed complex at the time, I would write it so a fifth grader could understand it, sort of doggy, piggy, bunny. And then it seemed my prospects would say, oh, wow, you're the first person who explained it that way. I get it. And then they would buy, even though I wasn't like a prototypical sales guy, with all the closes and all those things. I just told a story that was easy to understand, and it made me maybe the obvious guy to buy from because it was simple and I had their best interest in mind. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but
totally does.
Yeah.
The simple message is the one that's going to be most effective.
For sure.
So any final thoughts on this?
Yeah, look, it was good to hang out. One of the things that's unique about you is you offer a service that a lot of our partners always ask about, which is demand gen, right? How do I get leads? How do I go from being an annoying pest to a welcome guest? How do I make my market clear about things? So maybe touch on that for a second. That might be a good way to wrap up. And to our listeners, like talk a little. You're so unselfish on these. You let us talk about our business, and we have a casual chat, but maybe about what you do for your clients.
Yeah, what we do is we work with really two groups of people or companies. The one that are looking for new clients, and then the other is that are looking for new partners. So those two are the ones that we work with. And really what we do is we help them to identify who their ideal prospect is, craft a simple message that's appealing to their prospect. We do the research to find more of them, utilize LinkedIn. Really the things that we utilize are LinkedIn, and we have a few other tools that we use also, but then also email. So our medias that we use to communicate with the prospects is LinkedIn and email. We're communicating directly with the prospects. There's versus like telephone where there's gatekeepers and you may never actually communicate with them. We know that via LinkedIn and via email that we're communicating with them directly. And also that's where the a simple message that comes in, but then the other key to it is repetition, because people are lazy and they're probably not going to respond the first time you ask them something. Right. So the other key to it is repetition. So we design the outreach in ways that we're going to touch them multiple times over a period of time to make it successful, because people are lazy and probably not going to respond.
Sure. When I was a young sales rep, this may not be as applicable today. When I was a young sales rep, my teammates would say, well, how often do you follow up with a prospect? And I'd say, until they buy or file a restraining order. Like you just have to stay in front of them, because no today doesn't mean no tomorrow. And if you stay in front of them, someday they're going to need your thing. In my case, it was telephone and internet service. And they'd say, man, that Tim guy was really persistent. He was professional. He gave me good information. I'm going to call him. Or maybe they have a file, right, that they printed some stuff off, or a little, now today they might have an Evernote, future resources, and you're listed there and you pop to the top of the list because you were persistent. So yeah, what you do is awesome. But I would tell your community that, you're sort of telling my community, hey, if you need leads, if you need some demand gen, you're the guy. I would tell all of your viewers, if you're looking to start or scale recurring revenue in your business, AppSmart's the place. All the best providers from around the world are on our marketplace. You can monetize them. You can provide a great experience for your client. We have amazing training and support to get you started. You can reach out to myself or a member of my team to get rocking with AppSmart. We'd love to have you.
And if somebody wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way of getting hold of you?
I'm Tim Basa everywhere. So Tim Basa on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can just send me a direct message, or I'm tim.basa@appsmart.com.
So email tim.basa@appsmart.com.
Yep. Just don't try to sell me any weird things with that. Don't spam me, right?
No spam. Just
no spam.
But any message that's thoughtful, you'll accept.
That's right, of course.
Well, Tim, thank you for your time today and sharing the Basa with us.
You're welcome. Remember that: belief, attitude, strategy, action. Be great. Thank you.
Thank you. And until next time on the Profits of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Looking to generate clients or partners, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.